I want to tell you all about our Winter Seasons Club today. If you haven't come across our Seasons Club, it is a rolling subscription or a once-off club where we are doing all things technique. Each quarter or each season, we move on to a new type of technique, a new knitting technique, where we really kind of delve into it, into the nitty gritty, give you lots and lots of tips for how to work it, things that work well, and just giving you some really interesting ideas on how to become a master in that particular technique. You've got a couple of different options in terms of how you can join. You can either get a digital only club if you've got enough yarn at home and you don't want any extra yarn, but you'd love to learn all of the new techniques, then digital is perfect for you because you'll get all of the patterns for that season. You'll get the video workshops where we'll go through every single step in the project as you're going through it. You'll get access to the private forum where you can chat with other knitters and see what has worked for them and see how the progress is going and really get moral support for working your way through the project in the community. And finally, you'll also get access to our Zoom launch party where you get to meet whatever designer there is that season and you can ask them any questions you want. So that is the digital part, which comes with either the digital or for the full one. So the full one would be you also get a delivery and you'll get yarn. I will talk a little bit about the yarn for this particular season, and you're going to get a recipe and crafty goodies that will relate to whatever project or technique you're working on that season. So that's how it works, but now the important part, and that is all about our winter season. And the technique we're looking at this particular season is Intarsia. It's a technique that often puts the fear of God into knitters because it's so easy to get it wrong. So this club is all about looking at the pitfalls, figuring out the best ways that you can avoid them or correct them if you encounter those as you go, and how to avoid loose stitches, gaps between your colours, and all of those kind of things. If you haven't come across Intarsia before and you think, what is she talking about? It is blocks of colour in your knitting. And in order to avoid getting holes, you deliberately want to wrap the yarn as you go from one to another. So managing your colours is going to be really important. As you can see from over here, the club is going to come with a lot of yarn. You're going to get 6 skeins of yarn. The yarn this season is Similla, which is 100% wool. It's a heavy sports weight, very, very light DK weight, and it comes in this fantastic range of colours. So that means that you can pick which colour family you want. You can have the seasonal family, which is going to have the 6 colours. Here we have our seasonal option. You can pick the subtle colour family, which will have these 6 colours. And here we have our subtle colour options. Or you can go for brights, which is going to be these 6 colours. Here we have our brights colours. And once you've got all of those different colours, you get to play. You can figure out what colours go well together. I'll show you what I used and I'll give suggestions, but the whole thing is about colour play and experimenting and having fun. So the projects we're going to be working on this season, there'll be 2 projects. There's going to be one which will be a little bag, little drawstring pouch. It's worked flat because Intarsia is best worked flat. And we're going to figure out in the small swatches that we'll bring together into a bag how you can really master that technique. And there's going to be a few other bits on how to join squares together, how to make drawstrings for your bag. So it's a lot more than just Intarsia. The second project is going to be a side-to-side shawlette. And we're going to introduce a second technique in there as well. We're going to throw a little bit of short rows in there. So if you haven't done short rows before, the technique I'll be using is German short rows, which are very straightforward, and you'll master it in no time. So you should have a lot of fun with that. So you can see there's going to be a lot coming up in the winter season. The release is going to be open for 2 weeks until the 15th of December, and then the delivery will come in January. Mid-January will be when you should have your yarn by, and then a little bit later you're going to get all of your patterns and video workshops. So it's a lovely little post-Christmas present, just to the point where you really want to dig your teeth into some new and interesting techniques.